Hey YouTube, Budget Nerd here. If you're looking for some basic computing power in a very small package, then you're in the right spot. Today we'll check out the MeLE Quieter2 and see what it can do for us. Thanks for checking out the video. Let's get right into it. MeLE sent over the Quieter2 so I could give an honest review. In the box you get some paper. The PC is next, and it is about 5 1/8 by 3 1/8 by 3/4 inches in size. For its size, there is a decent amount of I/O on this little PC, and the fact that all of these USB ports are USB 3.0 is pretty cool. The case is made of a special plastic with better thermal conductivity than normal plastic and a metal aluminum base because there are no fans in this PC and the case is the heatsink. All in all, I think it looks pretty cool. You also get the power adapter providing 2 amps at 12 volts, the VESA mounting bracket, this silicone strip for cooling the SSD, and the screws for mounting the VESA bracket, I assume. It has a pretty humble Intel Celeron J4125 quad-core processor running at 2 GHz, bursting to 2.7 GHz they claim, although I only saw it get up to 2.58. It comes with Windows 10 Pro, which is nice, has 2 HDMI 2.0 ports, a fanless design as mentioned, Realtek Gigabit Ethernet, Intel's UHD 600 graphics, 802.11 AC Wi-Fi, Bluetooth 4.2, USB 3.0, a microSD card slot, and an internal M.2 slot for storage expansion. This model comes with 8 GB of LPDDR4 RAM in single channel mode because it only uses 1 die, and is the CPU's max amount of supported RAM. LPDDR4 is less power hungry than normal DDR4 at the expense of performance. This specific unit also comes with 128 GB of eMMC storage, but they do offer up to half a terabyte of storage as an option. This PC starts at $200, but will only get you 4 gigs of RAM and 64 GB of hard drive space. At 4 gigs, I'd say pass on it, unless you're on the most extreme of budgets. The next step up will double both. Speaking of the SSD, it's not very quick, only clocking in at 248 megabytes for sequential reads and a pretty slow 155 megabytes for sequential writes. eMMC isn't known for being quick, which is why I recommend installing your own M.2 SATA or NVMe drive and installing Windows on it if you can. You will see a speed improvement in this PC if you do. This may not come as a surprise, but this sort of PC is best for the basics. Its processor is decent, actually, for a low-cost OEM Celeron. Its benchmark scores were where you'd expect them, low, and it didn't even get a rating because it seemed like it wasn't able to test the eMMC SSD. This thing isn't for gaming, serious video editing, or pro photo editing for sure. In fact, when playing back media on YouTube, it generally would play fine at 1080p, but 4K was a bit choppy. They claim dual 4K monitor support, and it would display that, but if you're pushing high bitrate media, you won't be pleased. When really stressing the PC, since the case is the heatsink, the surface of the PC reached temperatures of 139 degrees Fahrenheit, or around 60 degrees Celsius. It's hard to understand what that feels like, but it felt hot to the touch. You wouldn't hurt yourself with a temperature like that, but it would surprise you. Of course, it will only get this warm if you're using it heavily. Just put it where there's good airflow and you'll be fine. One neat plus is it comes with a TPM 2.0 chip, so it's compatible with Windows 11. You can upgrade it to Windows 11 by visiting the Security and Updates page and making sure you have all the updates. Windows 11 will install when ready, or you can force it by visiting this Microsoft page here, link below, and downloading, then running the Windows 11 Installation Assistant. Follow the steps and you'll be updated. Regardless of your view of Windows 11, The fact that this PC is compatible means you'll get more mileage out of it than if you didn't. Its small size is great if you want to place a PC in a tight space, mount it behind a TV, for example, or anywhere your heart desires. Like the other small form factor PC I recently reviewed, the overall package is decent if you need a really small PC for the basics. If you want to check it out further, there's a link below. And thanks for watching.